First of all, what is a modal verb? These are a special kind of helping verb. A modal verb helps the main verb to express the mode of the subject, and at the same time it can indicate possibility, ability, willingness, etc. There are some disclaimers in using modal verbs. A modal verb cannot stand on their own and are always used before the main verb. The verb that is used with a modal is always in its base form of the bare infinitive form. Say for example, Mona can write well. It cannot be Mona can well. It needs a verb, that is, in this sentence, write is the main verb. Second example, Preeti must leave now. It will not be Preeti must leaving now. And the third example, Sahil should apologize for what he has done. It should not be Sahil should to apologize. Things to remember. Unlike the primary auxiliary, modal do not change according to subject and number. This means that we do not add s to modals when the subject is in third person singular. For example, Sanu should leave now. It will not be Sanu should leave now. Second example, Kapil will take the metro. It will not be Kapil wills take the metro. Second point is that modal do not change with the change in tense. This means they do not have ed forms. Some modal do have first form, however these forms have their own independent use. Say for example, can in past form will be could, will to would, may to might, and shall to should. For example, I can swim. It is in present tense, and in the past tense it will be I could swim as a child. Next example, we would sit and talk for hours together. This example refers to action in the past. That's why we use would as modal. Third point is that modal do not have non-finite forms. For example, I can swim. It will not be canning. Second example, I must pay my tax. It will not be to must. Two or more modal cannot be placed together. I might go to Goa next month. Second example, we could take the evening bus. Here we come to the second point that should be remembered. In the verb phases, when the main verb is preceded by auxiliary verb, the modal verb comes first before any other auxiliary verb and the main verb. Say for example, Priya may have taken the book, they are not on the table. Second example, they must have been waiting for us. Remember, we form negative sentences by adding not after the modals. She thought she might not reach on time. Here is another example for you. You must not smoke. Remember, in interrogative sentences, the modal verb comes before the subject. Modal verb can also form short answers on their own. Say for example, they can take the last bus. In interrogative form, it will be, can they take the last bus? Yes, they can. Second example, he should help you. Should he help you? And the answer will be yes, he should. Modals can be used to avoid repetition. Mira can play the piano, so can Nikhil. They won't reach on time, neither will the children. Now let's come to the use of can, could, may, and might. Can is used to express ability or possibility. Say, for example, Ritesh can cook well. Here is a second example for you. A holiday trip can be expensive. Could is used to express ability or possibility in the past. For example, I could play the guitar, but I am out of practice now. Second example, we left so late we could have missed the plane. To suggest a choice or an option, we use could, though the informal can is also used for this purpose. For example, we could go and see a movie. Second example, I could become an architect. Third example, we can go by train. To give instruction or permission or to ask for permission, both may and can are used. Say for example, you may leave now. This one is more formal. Second, you can begin the test in 10 minutes. Third, may Sarah stay here tonight? Or can Sarah stay here tonight? Can and could are also used to about present or future possibilities. When can we get the result? Second, could she become the new head girl? Third, could this be a trick? We use questions with the model may, can, could, and might to make polite offers or requests. These four are often interchangeable. For example, can I help you? Second example, could you help me rearrange the furniture? Third, may I see your ticket please? Fourth, can we have some tea please? Fifth, might I make a suggestion? Sixth, may I offer you a cup of tea? Now we come to the use of shall and will. We make the simple future tense by using shall or will followed by the main verb. Just look at the example. They will take the train to Pune tomorrow. Second example, we shall reach Mumbai at 4:20 pm. Please note that traditionally grammar prescribes that shall is used with first person subject like I and we. However, in contemporary English, this rule is ignored and will used with all types of subjects. Will and shall are used to show determination or a promise and sometimes a threat. Just look at the example. I will score well in the test. Second example, I will get you new bike for your birthday. Third, the best painting shall be auctioned. Fourth, anyone who breaks the rule shall be punished. Will is used to make request or to ask for favor. Just look at the example. Will you lend me your book? Second example. Will you shut the door please? Often will is used to express impatience or anger. We also use must in similar situation, but it is more like a theoretical question. For example, will you stop fighting? Must you always fight? Will this journey never end? Must she always find fault with everything? Will is also used to ask for information. For example, will we have school tomorrow? Second example, will the solar eclipse be visible in Nasik? Both will and shall are used to ask about an opinion and WH questions. For example, who will clean the car? Second example, when shall we meet again? When we ask about a preference or make a polite offer, we use shall. Should is also used here. Just see the example. Shall I switch off the light? Second example, shall we go home? And here is a third example. Should we take the shortcut? Now use of should and would. Should is used to talk of an obligation or give advice. In this sense, it is synonymous with ought to. Must is also used to express obligation, though it is somewhat stronger than should. Just see the example. Example number 1. You should apologize for your behavior. Example 2. You should see a doctor. Next example. You must get a driving license. Next, you must look after your younger sister. When you want to ask for advice or a suggestion or ask if an obligation exists, we use should in questions. For example, should I leave a trip? Second, should I buy this pair of shoes? Would is used to talk about action or habits in the past. For example, in Kochi, we would walk along the beach every night. Second example, the old gardener would chase us away when we went into his orchard to pluck mangoes. Would is used to make polite request or offer. For example, I would like some ice cream, please. Would you like anything else? When we want to express a wish, would or could is also used. For example, I wish they would listen. Second example, I wish I could come to your party. To express probability or certainty, must is used. For example, they left early. They must have reached by now. Second example, the new phone must cost a lot of money. Third example, I cannot find my watch anywhere. It must be lost. We use must or should to express obligation in WH questions. Just see the example. When must we reach? Next example. How much money must I take? Third. What should we bring? Fourth. Whom should we report to? Now, modals in conditional sentences. Modals are used in conditional sentences. A conditional sentence usually has an if clause and a main clause. The modal is used in the main clause only. Please note, if we use could or would to talk of situation that may be unreal or cannot be fulfilled. For example, if I had time, I could go to the gym. Second, if I had come to Pune, we could have met. Third, if I had more money, I would travel to Europe. Fourth, if you had called earlier, we could have given you a seat. Third, if I had studied further, I would have Better job. Sometimes we form probable conditions with should. For example, should he travel you? Please tell me. Should they reach early? Ask them to wait. Here is a worksheet for you. Just go through it. Fill in the blanks with can, could, may, or might. Remember, many models are synonymous and have the same function. Try not to use the same model repeatedly. Question number 1. You dash take the day off if you have finished your work. Second question. Dash you tell me the way to the park. Third. Kajal dash want to revise the lesson before she takes the test. Number 4. Going out alone at night dash be dangerous. Next, number 5. These dash take some time. Number 6. Don't talk to stranger. You dash get finished into travel. Next, number 7. Dash we see some more designs please. Number 8. Dash be our new boss. Number 9. Take an umbrella. It dash rain dangerous. Next, number 10. Dash I know your name please.